Hi, I'm Ramya Vishwanathan from Zeshta Biotech. Today I'm going to delve very briefly into the subject of cannabis and Indian mythology. Cannabis has a unique place in Indian mythology. It is regarded as one of the 5 sacred plants and finds a mention in the Atharva Veda. There are other references to it in the Indian scriptures. It finds a mention in the Rig Veda, in the Sushruta Samhita, and even in the Mahabharata. There are references to cannabis being referred to as the food of the gods. It's also referred to as Indrasena, which means Indra's food. It's referred to as Shiva Booty, which means Shiva's herb. It's been called Vijaya, it's been called Ajaya, Siddha, Madini, Mohini. So it's basically referred to as a source of happiness, a giver of joy, and a liberator. Hindu legend has it that when the Samudra Manthan was being done, and when the Devas on the one side and the Asuras on the other side were churning the oceans to reach Amrita, that is the nectar of immortality, a very lethal poison called halahal was released. Halahal was considered so potent and so lethal that it could destroy all of creation. In came Shiva and he drank the halahal, but he did not take it beyond his throat. Halahal made his throat blue, giving him the name Nilakantha, but it also caused him immense agony. To reduce this agony, his consort, goddess Parvati, and the other gods got together and gave him crushed bhang, and this eased his pain. One of the other stories or creation stories that is associated with the Samudra Manthan and cannabis is that wherever the drops of Amrit fell, there grew the cannabis plant. A third one is that God Shiva created cannabis from his own body to help purify Amrit. Another creation story for cannabis, also associated with Shivji, is that once he was miffed after a tiff with his wife and consort, goddess Parvati, he walked out in a half and he sat under a cannabis tree, a leafy tree, fell asleep under it. When he woke up, he was hungry. He decided to pluck a few leaves from the plant and chew them. The qualities were refreshing, and this plant, which is the cannabis plant, soon became his favorite food. Cannabis in its bhang form is consumed during several festivals in India, Holi and Shivratri, and it's offered to Shiva in many rituals associated with his worship. Not only amongst the Hindus, but also amongst Nihang Sikhs, which is a group of traditional Sikh warriors. Bhang as a prasad, as Sukha prasad, or Sukha, is served particularly in and around the festival of Hola Mohalla. Now, this connection with spirituality, with divinity, with gods, with warriors, with stories, with myth, with legend, and on the other hand, with cutting-edge science, with science that is trying to cure cancer, which is science which is trying to alleviate pain, with science which is trying to find cures for things like Parkinson's and rheumatism and rheumatoid arthritis. This place that cannabis has in two different worlds, this is what makes cannabis a plant that it is extraordinary.